Hi everybody, it's Kristin, and it is time for some February favorites. I am thankful that February is over. Let me just tell you, we are getting ever so much closer to spring. So I just have a few favorites to share with you this month. I don't have, usually I have a ton more, but I just don't this time. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that. I do just want to tell you guys quickly, for most of you guys know that I actually film in the morning before I go to work. So right now it is 6:24 and I am so excited that it is starting to get brighter outside. Pretty soon I'll be able to film all of my videos in daylight, cross my fingers. I know that you guys appreciate that lighting better, so I'm just saying, I'm pretty happy that it looks like it's light out there. I think it looks a tad brighter than it actually is, but I will take it. All right, let's talk about some February favorites. The first thing I have is something that actually very much surprised me. Mostly that I didn't not like it, and that I actually think it might be working. So this is the Neutrogena. I got this in an Allure Beauty box. The Neutrogena Pore Refining Daily Cleanser. And it says pores look visibly smaller week after week. Alpha and beta hydroxy formula, that kind of thing. Okay, so first of all, if you have a Clarisonic, don't use this with a Clarisonic. I just use this with my fingers, and this stuff bubbles up and foams up like there's no tomorrow. So if you have a Clarisonic, I think this would be a relative disaster. And I know that, the first ingredient is water, and the second ingredient is that sodium lauryl sulfate. Third ingredient is glycerin. But I know that sulfate, that's what's making it all, if I remember correctly, I'm not an expert, that's what makes it bubble up. However, I got this and I wanted to at least try it to see if it would work for me. And I like it. It does, I do have the feeling after I use it, you can see how much I've used it. I've been using this in the morning, by the way, in the shower. I do have the feeling of wanting to get something on my face, but not that, oh, Lord have mercy, give me some moisturizer. You know what I mean? There's kind of a balance in between there where I know that I want to get something on my face, but it's not feeling terrible. So I don't know that I would continue using this, or my skin is in a pretty good place right now. It's not as super dry as it was like a month and a half ago. I don't know that I would have used this. I've been using this pretty much since the beginning of February, and I really am enjoying it. So thought I'd share. Okay, the next thing I have is a hair product. I purchased this product in November when I did that kind of little shopping meetup, and one of the gals that I met up with said, you should really try this, you'd like it. So I had a 20% off Ulta coupon and I tried it. For that, I've been keeping it like this. But this is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day, or PhD. I've been using this on and off now for about 6 weeks, and generally, and I am wearing it today, and that is all I have. I have the macadamia hair oil in my hair, and then all I have for styling product is the PhD. And I think it gives me a lot more volume, and it says actually that it smooths, volumizes, conditions, strengthens, and polishes. And I really feel like it does all those things. I remember trying it the first couple times and thinking, I don't know, and not paying attention much to it, but then I pulled it back out about 3 weeks ago, and I use it not every day, but every other day-ish or so. It kind of depends. I wash my hair every day, by the way. And I'm surprised. I really like it. It's kind of a white cream. I should show you maybe for any of you that haven't seen this before. That's kind of what it looks like. And I use, I don't know, like a dime, somewhere between a dime and a nickel-sized amount for my hair. And I do it root to tip, and I feel like it gives more volume. And it's funny because since I've started using it pretty regularly, I've gotten a lot of comments on my hair looking different or something being different, and I don't know if that's it or what, but I like it. It's a nice product. So that is that. All right, let's talk about a couple of makeup tools. The one I have kind of rediscovered, I'm going to show you. I actually have two of them. This is the clean one. This is the one that's not clean. Maybe I'll tell you what it is. This is the brush from Walmart, the HD blush brush from that Paris Presents line. I liked this brush so much. I used to talk about this all the time, and I haven't talked about it much lately, but what I like this for is application of foundation. I really enjoy how it smooths it out, and because it's synthetic, I don't know, it just works really, really well for that. Some people like it for blush too. I think it might be a little dense for blush. I suppose it depends on the blush that you're applying though. If you're applying one that's not quite as pigmented, this might be a great brush for that. But I just really like how it smooths out my foundation, and I've been using it actually with that Mischa Perfect Cover BB cream, which I can't actually show you because I have it in this container, but I'll show you how thick that is. And I think that's part of why I really have enjoyed using that, because this is such a thick cream that it just works really well. So there's that. Okay, so I was traveling in the middle of the month a little bit. If you guys watch my vlog channel, most of you guys know what that was all about. And I grabbed my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I've talked about that before, so I'm not so much talking about that. But I finally decided it was time to try the Beauty Blender. I really like it. I do, just to eliminate anybody telling me that I can get this and it's cheaper, I do have the Real Techniques one. I wanted to try this and use it for a little bit first before I tried this, and then I will do, if you want, I know there are a ton of them out there, but I can do a comparison video or just come back during a favorites video or something and talk to you about this. But so I do have that to try, but this is the one that I have tried. I did really like the pointed part for my concealer. So yeah, I mean, it's not too much of a hassle. One of the reasons I didn't use it, I think, before is just plain laziness. I didn't want to get up and have to run it under the sink and rinse it out, but I like the finish of it, and I like how I only have tried it with the Double Wear. I tried it with the Mischa Perfect Cover actually, so I should retract that. And I didn't like how because it's a BB cream, it's just a different kind of finish. I think it works better with a brush or with fingers. But this with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, really nice. Very, very nice. And I will report back on that. Just thought I would throw that out. The next product I want to talk about, I'm surprised that I'm not all at the same time. This is the MAC Pro Longwear, and I have it in NW20. So I purchased this just because I wanted to see what everybody was talking about. And I'm surprised that it doesn't look more cakey under my eyes than I thought that it would. I thought for sure, because I have dry under eyes, that it would look terrible, but it really doesn't. The brush that I have been smoothing it out with is the Real, and I've talked about this before, the Real Techniques setting brush. I really like that for blending out and smoothing out concealer. And I also have enjoyed this for spot treatment. I like when I have a foundation, or this is a concealer. I like when I have a concealer that I can travel with and I can make it work at least. I don't, maybe isn't perfect, but I can make it work for, both uses, under my eyes and any face blemishes or dark areas that I try to cover. And I can do that with this, and it stays put. I've had some really long days this month, and stays put. I'm very impressed with this MAC Pro Longwear, so I'm glad that I jumped on the bandwagon. There's the bandwagon, there's me jumping on it. What can I say? It's a good product. Sometimes when people talk about products so much, I tend to go the other way just because I'm in like product overload. But sometimes it's worth getting on the bandwagon. Okay, I just have one blush I want to talk about this month. I will probably have more next month. As you guys saw in my haul, I purchased a lot of blushes recently. I actually just got 2 more. I did get 2 of the Hourglass blushes. Bandwagon, jumping on. Okay, so this is the Merle Norman Lasting Cheek Color in Mauvelous. This was a gift to me from my friend Sarah, who I've talked about before. And it's just a very nice matte neutral blush, the kind of blushes that I really like. So it's right there. I love it. I'll brush swatch it for you too. So there's the finger swatch, and then there is the brush swatch. Just a really nice neutral, goes with a bunch of things. It lasts a very long time and doesn't get patchy or anything like that. I've really enjoyed that very, very much. So Sarah, thank you so much for that. For eyes this month, I just, how many times can I say there was a lot going on this month, but there was. So I pretty much did a lot of grabbing of duos that I could do a very quick eye, throw a little Wedge or soft brown in the crease and a little Brule as my highlight, and use a duo and be done. And so I just kind of wanted to share a couple of the duos that I used with you. One of these I got from a subscriber, and I don't know if it was, I would imagine, this looks to me like something that came with a, maybe a gift with purchase, but it's the, so I was reading the back of it trying to figure out, it's Lancome and it has Spontaneous and Vue in it. Those are the two colors. This is a really nice kind of cranberry and a champagne. I used that one a few times. There are the swatches of it in case you're curious. I grabbed two of my Maybelline duos that I have. One of them is in Dusk, which looks like that. Has a really pretty kind of steel gray, like cool taupe-ish color. Right there, those two. That's what they. And the other one, and this is actually what I'm wearing today, is in Sun-Kissed Olives. It's part of the Modern Metallics collection. Just like that. Push my sleeve up. Right there. And then the other two that I was using, I've talked about a bunch, but there's a reason. I go back to them and go back to them and go back to them. This is the Hourglass Duo in Gypsy. And then this is the Hourglass Duo in Suede. So these top two colors, this one is Suede and then these two are Gypsy. Very pretty looks, very easy to pull together. That's kind of what this month was, just something that would look nice, polished, and be very quick. So to that end, the last products that I have are a couple of lip products, and this, I've talked about this a bunch of times. This is what I'm wearing today, the Color Whisper in Made It Mauve. Just a staple for me in my collection. Maybe I should show you what it looks like, huh? Looks like that. And just, again, easy. Throw it on, can put it on without even thinking about it. Like low maintenance lip products were kind of the, there were a couple of days where I wore some bright stuff that you guys saw in videos, but as a general rule throughout the month I didn't. And then I did a lot of grabbing for like chubby pencils like this. This is the one from Tarte in Flashy. I was wearing this the other day with the Lilac Flaunt on my lips, or on my cheeks. That's a nice pairing. I was thinking about doing a new video of pairing lip products, like what some of my lip product blush combo favorite pairings are. Let me know if you're interested. Maybe not. I mean, maybe I could do it like kind of for spring. Anyway, those are my favorites. So I didn't have a lot of favorites this month. I was kind of talkative, so this might end up being longer than I intended. But, you know, so if you are not interested in seeing what's on my face, then thank you so much for watching. And if you are, I'll run it down quickly for you. I am still working through my Mischa Perfect cover. And I have the Chanel Double Matte Perfection on, or over the top of that. For blush today, I do have the Merle Norman Long Lasting Blush in Mauvelous. And for highlight today, I am wearing, I really like it, which is why I'm all for highlight today, the Giorgio Armani Belladonna. That is so pretty. And Made It Mauve on my lips, and on my eyes, as I said, I'm wearing the Modern Metallics. Nope, that's the wrong one. The Modern Metallics Sun-Kissed Olive Duo. For liner today, I'm wearing the Urban Decay Stash on my lower lash line. On my upper lash line, I am wearing Severn Brown from MAC, and in my upper waterline, I'm wearing that as well. And I think that just about covers it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!